Good evening, JCI USA. MVP Ross here with our second episode of Leadership Live. We go live every Thursday to talk about up-and-coming leaders of the organization. Also great things going on within the organization. Last week we talked about Texas Convention. Tonight I'm here with one of our local chapter members. We're here at a group outing. So it's a little bit loud here, but we are at Four Winds Field in South Bend for a local JC's outing. Looks like we've got Amy from Nebraska watching. We've got Lisa from Iowa. So hi, everybody. The first guest for tonight is actually our community vice president of my local chapter here in LaPorte. So I'm here with MJ Moncheski. So she's going to give us a little bit of an update as far as what's going on within the local chapter and maybe some things that we can do that are fun within our JC communities. So what's going on, MJ?
Hello, not a whole lot. Just enjoying the ball game.
The ball game. So yeah, everybody can see the ball game in the back. It's a little bit loud and exciting back here. So MJ, tell me about when you became a JC. When did you join the organization?
So I joined JC's in March of 2017, I believe. Okay. So I've been in it for like 2 years now.
Nice.
A little over 2 years.
So why did you join the organization?
I joined mostly because I came to Indiana from Arizona via St. Louis, and I didn't know anybody in LaPorte or LaPorte County, no one in Northwest Indiana. So I was looking for an organization that had people my age that I could meet, get to know, and at the same time get to know my community. So I happened to stumble upon LaPorte JC's. I've kind of heard the JC name before, being from like St. Louis and everything. I never knew what they were until I started going to meetings.
Awesome. So some of the things that we have going on in LaPorte. LaPorte is definitely busy throughout the year.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the things that LaPorte does to keep the chapter going in the right direction.
Okay. So some of the events that we do, maybe some people have heard, but we are pretty big with 4th of July. That's one of our biggest events. We have a fireworks display, usually the day before 4th of July. And then we have a 4th of July parade where LaPorte is actually designated as the state capital for the day. We also have a couple fundraisers that we do coming up. We have the Niles Haunted House, and it's actually out of Niles, Michigan. And it was a JC's project that was started by local JC's. And so it's kind of cool that we're the only chapter that still participates as JC's. And the hours that we work at the haunted house, they actually pay us as the chapter for the hours that we work instead of personally paying us. We also do a bowling bash in March, which we rent out a bowling alley and have a silent auction. We're hoping that this upcoming year we'll be able to do raffle tickets. And like 50-50 draw to draw in some more money. And it's also Pi Day, so we're gonna do a little fundraiser with that. Some other things that we do a deserving children shopping tour to kind of give back to at-risk youth and at-risk families. And we actually have volunteers that take youth shopping to get things that they need, coats, things for Christmas, boots, winter clothing, that type of thing. Those are some of our bigger events that we do.
So we have a lot of events going on in LaPorte. I know you mentioned that. But on top of that, so what are some of the things that we do besides like the business and the project type of events? Okay. So tell me about why are we at a baseball game tonight?
Yeah, so we're at a baseball game tonight, South Bend Cubs, woohoo! It's one of our minor league baseball teams in the area. And we chose this as one of our JC's sociable outings. We also have youth professional nights, or not youth. Young professional nights. Sorry, I'm a 4-H extension educator, so I always think of youth when I think of something that starts with a Y. So young professional nights where it's kind of like a happy hour, and it's just a way for us to socialize without having formal business meetings and getting to know each other. And I think that's really important when you're trying to rebuild membership or even promoting membership and recruiting members, is just having fun and doing something that people enjoy and engaging them and get to know them on a personal level.
Nice. So you're saying that the JC's is about having fun too, not just projects, right?
Yes, definitely. I think that's one of the things that attracted me to joining JC's. When I first started, we were doing a lot of fun things. We would go and support local nonprofits that were doing events. Like one of our local nonprofits, Reed Laporte, they have a spelling bee competition type thing, and we always send a team and participate in the spelling bowl. And we also we attend the inappropriate adult trivia night is one of the events in LaPorte that we usually get a team to go to. There was an ugly sweater party that another nonprofit in the community would host, and we would all go and attend and dress up in ugly sweaters, and we would kind of help at that event as well. So we try to find events that we can be sociable at, like the ball game, or being social and helping out the community and other nonprofits at the same time.
Nice. So I know a lot of chapters try to do some of those. It's the Lion King. It feels like the morning show in Indy. A lot of chapters try to do those fun events, the outreach projects to kind of get the networking out and the fun stuff. So if you have any chapter events that you're doing, make sure that you put those fun events down in the comments down there so we can share some of those with our other chapters too. So not just the fun stuff, we do a lot of things together. JC's is all about building friends. We build friends across the nation. We build friends in our local chapter. So there's always things to do as JC's. So before I let you go, MJ, tell me about one of your favorite JC projects and what you kind of plan to do within the future of the organization too.
Man, well, I usually, the last couple years I've chaired, hey Heather, you said hi to me. One of the events that I chair is the Bowling Bash, and I've kind of tailored it to be a St. Patrick's Day Bowling Bash because there really isn't a whole lot of events in our community that do things during St. Patrick's Day weekend or the weekend before. So I wanted to try and get a niche item. Next year I'm going to kind of train someone to take that over, but I want to go one more year because I'm going to have it on Pi Day. And so I want to do some sort of raffle where JCs get pied for raising money. And
That's awesome.
I actually saw that idea from the Quincy, Illinois chapter. So thank you.
Nice. So shout out to another chapter.
Yeah.
So it's all about making it personal for your community, right?
Right, totally. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, MJ, for providing some insight. If any of your chapters do any fun things, like I said, go ahead and place that in the comments down there. And I wish you all were here at the baseball game because it's a great night for baseball. Obviously, you can see we're having a good time. So our next guest tonight, we have MVP Krista from New York. She's going to talk to us about Junior Chamber Youth. So we've got some pretty exciting stuff on there. So let's go ahead and loop Krista in. I know she's watching. I saw her. Hey, there she is. Hey, there she is. Hey, Krista, how are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay. So I'm going to walk over here so I can hear you too. So you do a lot of stuff within your chapter. Tell me about what's your national vice president what? I think your audio is a little bit choppy. Do you have it on your laptop too, by chance? Do you have it on your laptop too, by chance?
I don't have it those kind of things.
Just cut her off. I'm sorry, Krista. Lisa, can you hear me now? This is what you have to love about technology. So we're always learning about this. Let me see if I can loop Krista back in and see if we can fix that audio. Krista, can you hear me? Krista, can you hear me? Alright, so it looks like we're having a little bit of a technical issue here. right, so we will go ahead and loop Krista in next week. I know she had a lot of exciting info on there. Can everybody hear me so far? Is it a little bit better now? Okay, I got a thumbs up, so that's good. Thank you, President Crispin from Canada. I'm so excited that you're watching. So it looks like we have a couple questions on there. Lisa, you asked if we were going to change the location each and every week. I wish I could say yes. I have no guarantees on that, but it just worked out that we were having a chapter event tonight.
I know, so I want to ask some of them with the
Let's see. We're looking through some questions here.
Oh, with the social hour you have.
Oh, Lisa asked about location each time with social hours that we have. I still have MJ with me, so I'm going to have her answer that for you, Lisa.
Oh, there's like a bug on yours.
All right.
So we try to change it up. Even with our business meetings, we try to have our meetings at businesses that support us since we are a junior chamber. We try to go to businesses that are part of our Chamber of Commerce and either at their conference room or meeting space. We have gone to some restaurants and had meetings there. So it really just depends. Our young professional nights, yes, we do try and change the location up. It's usually every other month we have those, or going to try having those
With
again.
our young professional nights, what are some of the goals of those young professional nights when we host those with our chamber?
So the goal of our young professional nights is to get not only as a recruitment tool for new members, but also as a networking opportunity for our current members, getting to know people in our community, businesses that might be able to help them with whatever line of work they do. Sometimes we've had people speak at them, usually like a local business or a nonprofit organization, someone that can tell us how we could help them or get involved with what they're doing and vice versa.
Awesome. So that's a really exciting opportunity.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of chapters don't have those partnerships with their chambers, or they're working on those. What are some ideas or thoughts that you might have to help those chapters out?
I would say definitely try and pinpoint someone that can be that liaison person to go and talk to your Chamber of Commerce and see what kind of partnership you can work out with them. I feel like the Chamber of Commerce could be a good place for train the trainer type things for your board of directors. Mostly serving to train you, whether that's teaching parliamentary procedure or improving communications or how to run effective meetings. They could teach your board members how to do that, and then the board members could teach your general membership how to do those professional development things.
So not just teaching the members, we can get members out of the chamber too, right? So
Yes,
if we
definitely.
had those banks and those accounting firms and that type of thing, or maybe you need legal counsel, so finding a law office or even somebody with marketing experience, the chamber is where it's at, right?
Totally, yes. They know what new businesses are coming on. They know what businesses are already part of their membership. So yeah, they can totally pinpoint you in the right direction for what you need to happen for your events.
Awesome. So yeah, it's definitely something to work on. I know, like I said, we are working on a renewed partnership with our chamber. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the LaPorte JCs. Do you have an email address, MJ, that they could email LaPorte to where they could or we could answer any questions for them?
Yeah, is it what?
Contact us.
Oh, what did it contact us?
Contact us at LaPorte JCs.
I was gonna give you my personal email, but it's contact us at laportejcs.org. Yeah, laportejcs.org.
Did you want to give your personal email too, or is
you can also visit our website too. We have a contact us form on laportejcs.org. So you can always contact us or find us on Facebook, Laporte JCs, and we can help answer some questions, give ideas. Some other social ideas that we're tossing around is like a bowling night, movie night. We have a local drive-in near us, so just getting together at a drive-in would be a fun thing before summer ends. Potlucks, whether that's weekly or once a month, if someone wants to host, is a cheap option. When I was in AmeriCorps Vista in Arizona, that's something that we did as a way to get to know each other and meet friends. Is we would have every Wednesday night usually, or every other week, someone would take turns hosting a potluck, and whether that turned into a game night or just conversing about random topics, it was a great way to get to know my fellow AmeriCorps Vistas, and that's something that I want to try and incorporate with LaPorte JCs at some point too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Lisa has a question. It looks like she says that loves that we make use of the community resources within our area. Do we offer any membership deals with local businesses? That's a great idea.
That is a great idea. I will have to look into that. I know that like we have a partnership. I know that's like National JCI has
JCI USA?
has
Yep.
the partnership with like Staples and
Office Depot?
Office Depot.
Yeah.
Office Depot.
We're going to talk about that next week.
Yes. But as far as local business, I don't know.
Lisa, that's a great point.
Yeah.
So thanks for
Yeah.
providing that. Another thing that I want to say is if you have a chapter in your state or your community or you want to showcase your chapter, I am happy to invite you to our Leadership Live. So it looks like Krista, we're going to give her one more time before we go ahead and call it a night. I'm sorry, Krista, if we can't get you on there. I promise I'll get you on next week. But let me see if I can get you on with some better audio, okay? Hi, Krista. I can hear
Can you hear me
so
now?
much better.
Hi.
Hi, MJ.
All right, Krista. So you are the MVP of what this year?
Chapter Relations, which covers pieces possible, Shoe for Success, Junior Youth,
I tested you a
and
little bit
CLC.
there. So technology has not been our friend tonight, but again, we're JCs, so way to be resourceful here. So tell me about JC's Youth or Junior JCs. I know a lot of chapters are trying to start that this year. Some already have that chapter, but how do we get that process started, and what are the Junior JCs?
Well, the Junior JCs is a younger version of what JCs are. We're really just empowering our youth from 7 to 17, and in some states it goes all the way to 21, depending on the chapter's age. That empowers and teaches them the tools and resources to be active and empower their community at the same time learning what the JCs are. So when they turn of JC age, they come right in and they know exactly what we do to empower and make
Okay,
impact
so
in
a
our
lot of our
communities.
JCs have families too, right? So those of us that have that family, we can put our kids and that type of thing into that organization, so they can kind of build into that JC's legacy if they haven't already. But like you said, they're going to be ready for JCs once they become that age, right?
Right. And then if you don't have family or you only have a few family members, you can actually make a chapter. You need 10 members. They need to be of the age of 7 to 17. You can start a chapter, a local or a state, and they actually hold programs and projects. And even like in Texas, the J-Teens down in Sweetwater, they have dances and they do a lot of
That's
community
awesome.
impact
So are
projects.
their projects similar to what the JC chapters do, or do they create their own projects?
They can either be manpower for some of the JC projects that we do, or they create their own, and sometimes they look for resources, so they can do
Nice.
either.
So in New York, do you have any JC youth chapters or junior JCs?
We do. We have the New York State Junior JCs, and then we have the Bronx JCI Bronx Youth, which is another one. So one's a state version, and then one's a local chapter. So actually, my daughter, my oldest, is
Nice.
a
So
junior JC.
what
The
are
other
some
two
of the
aren't old
projects
enough
that they
yet.
do within the state?
They have done the Erie Canal cleanup with a local chapter. They do bottle drives during our state conventions. They've done many projects and programs during it. We did a notebook project with backpacks for foster care for a state project this year, and the junior youth helped
Awesome.
with that also.
So one of the questions I have, I think this might actually be for you and MJ. So Michael is asking, what kind of things have you done to get the attention on non-family youth in our area? So I know you have some experience within junior JCs, and then we can probably find how we can connect our families too.
Well, we reach out to different areas. So, like, if you're in a community and you're a local chapter looking for it or a local member, you ask the community what are the needs, and then you can go to the school. We're actually working on a junior youth chapter in a school, middle school right now. So we utilize the school, we talk with them, and then we can go in. There's an advisor with the school program and then an advisor with the JCs, and we work with them to get our youth in our middle schools for leadership
So
roles.
MJ, do we have anything in LaPorte that you can kind of connect with that non-family?
So one of the things that we have tossed around this year with my connection as being a 4-H extension educator, getting 4-H involved in our county and in Indiana 4-H, we have a program called Junior Leaders, and that is for kids in 7th grade up until 12th grade. And I know that there's other states like Missouri has teen leaders. I know Illinois, I think, has something. Ohio, there's a lot of states that have a teen leaders program. A lot of them are already doing civic engagement activities, citizenship, those type of things. So we're trying to find a partnership between our local 4-H junior leaders as a feeder into a junior JC's chapter or even JC's afterwards. Because, like I said, I'm prepping future JC members in my professional job, and so I'm trying to get JCs doing more with 4-H, and then letting those teens see that they can, go off to college and then come back to work and join a JC chapter and still have the same level of involvement in their community and making a difference as they did in 4-H. So.
Awesome. That's a pretty good segue into what I was just going to ask you, Krista. So if we have chapters or states that are looking to form that junior JC's chapter, tell me how we can get that process started.
Well, they can email junior JCs at jciusa.org, or my email, kshafer, SHAFER, at jciusa.org. And there's an application. They can actually go right on the computer and right on the library. You sign in with your membership. You click on membership, go to the national organization. I don't know if I can flip my camera.
Nope, it might be
Is that
backwards.
an option?
You can try it. I know last week I wasn't
very
helpful with showing it.
All right, so I don't know.
Backwards.
I don't know if you can see my screen. Is it? Okay, but we actually have a whole folder for junior youth and the junior JCs where they can get material, how to start a chapter in a school, the application process, the charter fee. It's $150, but there's no dues. It depends on the chapter. And they can get any resource that way. And I'm the program manager, Sarah, and I are just a quick email
It looks like
away.
you have a junior JC sitting right next to you, right?
Yes, well, in training. This one's in training. He's got 3 more years.
So I have one more question for you before we go. So I want to know what your favorite JC project is. I know I asked MJ from LaPorte to talk about what her favorites are. Go ahead and give me your favorite project. Okay.
I'm going to give you 2, one local and then one national. So our local one is the Erie Canal cleanup that we do at the local chapter. And it's actually the middle point of our state. And it's a lot of history, and we work with the older volunteers there. And we help clean up, and we organize the trails for exercise. And, I like my exercise. And just talking with them and getting the history of New York State. The one I love nationally was the backpack project we did in Myrtle Beach for the human trafficking awareness with UNICEF and the advocacy center down there. And it showed how many JC people really stepped up from all over the country to help this community.
So great projects, great ideas with the Junior JC's program, not only from you, but also from our home chapter in LaPorte. So definitely more information to come. If anybody has any questions, feel free to comment on the thread or also email us. We are happy to share that information, and it's definitely a program that we would love to see in all of our JC communities, right? Awesome.
Exactly.
So that is actually Leadership Live for tonight. So thanks, NDP Krista, for jumping on.
Say bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye.
So we are going to call it a night. We are at the South Bend Cubs game, so we can't end this without saying Go Cubs. Go Cubs. Next Thursday, we will have another episode of Leadership Live. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in. I know we've had President Crispin from Canada. We had, looked like Jen from Canada, too. Lots of state presidents on. I saw LDD Brent on there. So keep the momentum going, keep the excitement going with Leadership Live. We'll definitely have some cool topics for you. So have a good night, everybody, and I will see you next Thursday at 8 o'clock.